What is America's biggest problem? To answer this, you have to first think about what America does that affects not only the entire country, but the entire world. When you consider this, the answer becomes clear. Pollution is America's biggest challenge in the world. America contributes to 16% of all air pollution. With this information, that makes America second most air polluted country, China being the first with 28.6%. Even with the Great Barrier Reef in Australia being killed off last year, water pollution continues to increase. Animals go endangered or extinct because of litter and waste that hasn't been taken care of, getting ingested by hungry animals because of the loss of forests and natural habitats. Some of the consequences of pollution aren't just the way that it affects animals in their habitats, the way it affects humans too. No one wants to live near a factory. I mean, breathing on all the toxins all day can do more than just give a headache. Homes not being sold because of crummy environments can affect the local economy of the factories that they're built in. If lakes, oceans, roads, or towns are littered with waste, tourism can decrease in some areas, which can be a main source of income in some families. Businesses can also get into trouble if they rely on natural resources that get killed off by pollution. Fishermen can't catch and distribute their fishes and other seafoods for fair prices if they can't catch healthy and plentiful bounties of fish because the oceans have become endangered environments from something such as an oil spill or a new trash disposal that runs into water. According to statistics given by the U.S. Department of Energy in 2010, an estimated 1.3 million gallons of petroleum are dumped into the ocean each year. Our little county here in Indiana, Elkhart, is full of air pollutants. According to environmentalhealth.com, Elkhart's air is 66.9% toxins. We have tons of factories all over Elkhart and tons of trains passing through the county every single day, leaving the air full of pollution. If my little city of Goshen is affected so deeply by pollution, imagine what bigger cities are like. We contacted Elkhart Environmental Health Services and conducted an interview that gave us some useful information. The Elkhart Environmental Health Services is all too familiar with finding old homes that are painted with lead-based paint. Supervisors are asked to visit the dangerous sites and check to label if safe or unsafe. Although they contact people to clean up the house constantly, that's not the only type of pollution they come in contact with. They've come in contact with meth labs and other such toxic chemicals. Imagine what would happen if they simply tossed the waste deep into the woods and the animals and plant life were exposed. Tragedy would arise because the animals would get killed off and the soil would become unusable, killing off the plants as well. Groundwater pollution is another type of pollution that Elkhart County suffers from. Based off an interview with a woman named Carrie Brunson, who is an environmental health supervisor with the Elkhart Health Department, it is shown that 2 sites in my small Goshen town alone are labeled as contaminated groundwater. Groundwater is the type of water that's under the surface of the earth, like wells, and when pollution seeps into the groundwater, it becomes unusable. Sometimes, homes have to be evacuated. Flint, Michigan has so much lead poisoning in their systems because of groundwater pollution. Another problem that America needs to take care of. And to build a better future, we have to recognize the solutions. There are plenty of ways to utilize natural resources, like using wind turbines. Arguments are the noise they make and how many birds and bats they kill. If a bird or bat can avoid a giant fan in the sky, it's natural selection at that point. Also, there are some concerns about the panels falling off. Since turbines are typically located in the middle of fields, there shouldn't be a huge risk of having anyone harmed. Scientists and engineers are also figuring ways to go and harness the use of kinetic energy from the oceans and storms. A young Japanese engineer named Atsushi Shimizu has created a new smaller turbine that harnesses the energy of typhoons, which also has the ability to charge up all of Japan for 50 years. A man from Brazil named Ricardo Azevedo took a motorbike and gave it an upgrade so it runs on water and battery electricity instead of fuel. The electric battery of the bike separates the oxygen and hydrogen atoms, leaving the hydrogen gas as fuel of sorts. Cleaning Our Water Resources is a water cleanup project that was launched in Baltimore, Maryland, which combines an old and new technology to clean up the river. Mr. Trash Wheel is the name of the collector. Since 2014, Mr. Trash Wheel has removed over 9 million pounds of garbage. Even though our world is affected by America and its problem, we are working towards a healthier future little by little. We students have made it clear that there are some very real problems, but there are also very real solutions. Until America can achieve a green lifestyle, pollution is and will continue to be America's greatest challenge in the world.